The year is 1963, and much of America is having trouble integrating between blacks and whites, that is. This was a time of desperation, a time to come together, and a time where we were meant to come together as one. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke on August 28, 1963, and with the famous words of "I have a dream," made a symbolic shadow that would go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. I have a dream that my 4 children will one day live in a nation where we would not be judged by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. I have a dream today. These words were spoken to hundreds of people and will impact the world we live in. I'm here to persuade you out of racial discrimination. These were the times when separate but equal facilities were everywhere, and from the information I have read, they weren't exactly equal. Wikipedia states that separate but equal was a legal document in the United States constitutional law that justified systems of segregation. Under this doctrine, services, facilities, and public accommodations were allowed to be separated by race on the condition that the quality of each group's public facilities was to remain equal. The Brown versus Board of Education ruling in 1954 ruled that separate but equal laws were unconstitutional, and so obviously there aren't any around today. There is still discrimination in America today. One of my coworkers is African American and gets racial remarks all the time. One man would not touch her hand because she was from a different descent and wouldn't take the money she was trying to hand to him. Another would not even talk to her over the speaker because he knew that she was African American. It really hurts her, and her color should never be an excuse for what she has to go through. Don't be judgmental towards African Americans that have worked hundreds of years to overcome the racial discrimination they have to go through every single day. When making a racial remark or gesture towards an African American, think of football without Adrian Peterson, basketball without LeBron James, or even the White House without Obama. Maybe even the word freedom without Martin Luther King Jr. Or think about what life would be without these individuals, including all the other famous and unfamous African Americans around the world. And as Martin Luther King Jr., I personally have a dream that we can overcome this forever.